Welcome to Tree to Table. I'm your host, Sarah Gorman. Today we're making a shaken apple crisp ice cream on the back patio of Shenandoah Bicycle Company in downtown Harrisonburg. Let's get started. Since we're outside without an oven, I already did us the joy of baking our apples and our crisp topping. And for me, my favorite part of apple crisp anyways is the crisp topping, that mixture of flour or oats and nuts and butter and sugar that caramelizes and gets all delicious and crispy on the top. So in this recipe, you can add as much as you want to your ice cream to make it as crispy or not as you like. Make sure to head over to our blog for the instructions for how to make this crisp topping and the baked apples. So we're gonna make our ice cream base first in this electric mixer. There are so many ways to make ice cream. Today we're doing a shaken method. So we're gonna take the ice cream base that we make, put it into a sealable baggie, surround that baggie with salt and ice and shake until it becomes ice cream. I did this when I was in high school and it was so fun to pass the bag around and shake it up, so we hope you'll enjoy this with your family. So we're gonna do 3 ounces of softened cream cheese in the base. So go ahead and measure that out and then toss it right into your mixer. So we have our 3 ounces of softened cream cheese and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to crank our mixer up and just cream that together until it's nice and smooth. So we're gonna add 2 cups of whole milk to the ice cream base. This milk is coming to us from Mount Crawford Creamery, just outside of Harrisonburg in the Shenandoah Valley. So I'm gonna get this going kind of at medium speed here, and I'm gonna add the milk gradually so it's nice and smooth. I don't have any chunks of cream cheese. All right, we're gonna add 2 cups of heavy whipping cream to our ice cream. It seems like a lot, but you know what? It's gonna be delicious. We're gonna get our mixer going around medium again and gradually add that heavy cream. We don't want to whip this mixture. It's okay if it gets a little bit fluffy, but we're not looking to whip the cream in any way. Okay, great. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add our remaining ingredients. We're gonna do 2/3 of a cup of sugar while we're kind of mixing at a low to medium speed, making sure everything's getting mixed up nice and thoroughly. So we're putting 2 tablespoons of honey into the mixture and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Lovely. So at this point, we're all mixed up and it's now time for the fun part. So I need 2 freezer bags, gallon sized. So I'm going to pour this mixture that we just made into the first bag. A way to speed up this process is to have an ice bath ready with some ice and some salt. I would kind of just nestle this in that mixture and it would cool it down, so it makes it easier during the shaking process, but I'm just gonna go for it. So I'm gonna double bag this because the ice and the salt have a tendency to break the bag. So it's better to be safe than sorry and just double bag everything. And I've got my ice cream mix in 2 bags. So then I'm gonna need my 2-gallon freezer bags. So these are big boys. I'm gonna fill this with ice and salt and then also this ice cream bag. So we're gonna shake it all up together. So let's go ahead and add the ice. So I'm just gonna transfer all of the ice into this bag here. And I'm gonna use a cup of ice cream salt. So the reason that you want to use an ice cream salt is because it's nice and coarse. If you have rock salt available, like the kind that you put on your driveway in wintertime, that also works too. You want a coarse salt because it's going to dissolve more slowly, just allowing for just a more even freezing situation going on. So you want to put a cup of this nice coarse salt into your bag of ice. So the salt is going to lower the freezing point of the ice, which is going to allow the ice cream to harden. So we're going to kind of mix that up a little bit, toss this in there, and it'll get integrated as well. Seal that up. And then we're going to bag this again too. So grab your second 2-gallon bag and put everything in there. And I want the sealable part on top because as the ice melts, there's gonna be some space and air in the bag, so I'm gonna come and like just de-air it every once in a while. So put that in there, seal her up, and now we're gonna shake this for about a half an hour. If you're by yourself, I mean, it's a good time. You're getting an arm workout, but this is best enjoyed with friends and family. So this is a great thing to do maybe after a dinner party or a cookout where you have people hanging around the backyard, sitting around a fire maybe, and you can just shake this up. And then when your hands get too cold, just pass it to your friend. But for me, I'm going in solo. Let the shaking begin. Even if the ice is melting, you don't need to add more. It's okay, just keep shaking. So after about 5 minutes, you want to just open up the bags and just get some of the air out of just the ice bag. Don't unseal the ice cream bag. Leave that nice and sealed. There. So this method is also a great way to help teach kids to appreciate where their food comes from. Because if they had to shake their ice cream every time they wanted it, they would appreciate it more. So our ice cream is finished. The way that you know it's done is when you squeeze the center of the bag and you like put your 2 fingers together. If the ice cream does not immediately fill the space, then you know that it's hard enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out the innermost bag and we're gonna put that into the center bowl. And then we're gonna pour this really cold, salty ice water into the bigger bowl so that we have kind of like a water bath effect that's gonna keep our ice cream nice and chilled. So let's also remove the extra bag around the ice cream so you can see it's a great consistency. And then we're gonna cut the corner of the bag and squeeze everything into this little bowl here. So it really has the consistency of soft serve. It's beautifully frozen, so creamy. So this whole recipe yields about a quart of ice cream, which is great. Let's get every last drop out of there, trying not to handle it too much because the more we handle it, the more it melts. So now I'm gonna make kind of like a reservoir in the middle of the ice cream, and I'm gonna begin adding my ingredients. So I have some roasted apples. What I did with these is I cored and then sliced these into about 1/4-inch wedges, sprinkled on some cinnamon and sugar, roasted them at 350 for about a half an hour. So we're gonna put those in to the ice cream and then kind of fold as we go. So it's just kind of like a lifting and pushing method. I'm gonna keep adding some more apples. And now we're gonna add some of that beautiful crisp. So for this, it's a combination of flour, sugar, pecans, cinnamon, and butter. That's the most important part. You can find the full recipe on the SVO blog. So I'm gonna sprinkle in a pretty generous amount in here. Because again, the crisp is the best part of apple crisp. And then same thing, I'm just gonna kind of lift and fold everything together. So it's nice and mixed. Okay, our ice cream is ready. Let's go ahead and scoop it into a bowl. So I've got my ice cream scoop. Spoon some in there. I'm gonna sprinkle some of this crisp on top. Wow. Homemade, handmade ice cream. Does it get better than that? I don't think so. Let's give it a try. Get a little apple in there. Oh my gosh. The roasted apple is so sweet and soft. The ice cream is so creamy. The crisp is crispy. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Stay tuned for what we're cooking up next with seasonal fruit at Shenandoah Valley Orchards.